Hey everyone, it's Gulshan here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a crucial aspect of patient care, ECGs. Electrocardiograms or ECGs are like windows into the heart's electrical activity. They provide crucial information about heart rate, rhythm, and can even hint at underlying cardiac conditions. Now I know the thought of using medical equipment can seem intimidating at first, but trust me, it's all about breaking it down into easy to follow steps. That's why, in this video, we're going to walk you through the entire process of using an ECG machine, from prepping your patient to getting those all-important readings. Whether you're a student just starting out, a healthcare professional looking for a refresher, or simply someone curious about the process, this video is for you. So let's put on our learning caps and dive right in. Before we even think about hooking up the ECG machine, we need to make sure our patient is comfortable and informed. Remember, healthcare is a partnership. Clear communication builds trust and ensures better outcomes. Start by explaining the procedure in simple terms, addressing any concerns they might have. Next, ensure the patient is lying down comfortably, as this will help relax the chest muscles and improve the quality of the ECG recording. You'll want to expose their chest, ankles, and wrists, as these are the areas where we'll be placing the electrodes. Finally, make sure the skin is clean and dry. If needed, gently clean the areas with an alcohol wipe to remove any oils or lotions that could interfere with the electrode's conductivity. Alright, time to break out the electrodes. These are the little guys that detect the heart's electrical signals and transmit them to the ECG machine. Now, placement is key here, people. We've got 10 electrodes in total, 1 for each limb and 6 for the chest. For the limb electrodes, you'll be placing them on the fleshy part of the arms and legs, avoiding any bony areas. Think inner wrists and just above the ankles. The chest electrodes go in specific spots on the chest, and we'll be covering those precise locations in our next chapter. Now let's talk about those chest electrodes. Getting these in the right spot is crucial for an accurate ECG reading. We'll be using a standard 12-lead ECG system, which gives us a comprehensive view of the heart's electrical activity. The first chest electrode, V1, is placed in the fourth intercostal space just to the right of the sternum. V2 goes in the fourth intercostal space just to the left of the sternum. V4 is placed in the fifth intercostal space at the mid-clavicular line. Finding V3 can be a bit trickier. It goes halfway between V2 and V4. V5 is placed horizontally with V4 but in the anterior axillary line. Lastly, V6 is placed horizontally with V5 but in the mid-axillary line. With all our electrodes in place, it's time to hit record and capture the heart's electrical symphony. Double check that all the electrodes are securely attached and the wires are connected to the ECG machine. Now turn on the machine and select the appropriate settings. You'll want to make sure the paper speed and gain are set correctly for optimal recording. Once you're ready, press the record button and have the patient remain still and quiet. Any movement or talking can interfere with the ECG tracing. All right, we've got our recording. Now what? Well, it's time to put on our detective hats and analyze the ECG tracing. The tracing will show a series of waves and complexes that represent the heart's electrical activity. Each wave and complex corresponds to a specific electrical event in the heart cycle. For example, the P wave represents atrial depolarization, the QRS complex represents ventricular depolarization, and the T wave represents ventricular repolarization. By analyzing the shape, size, and duration of these waves and complexes, we can identify any abnormalities in heart rate, rhythm, or conduction. After analyzing the ECG tracing, it's essential to document our findings accurately. This information is crucial for patient care and can be used to track changes in the heart's electrical activity over time. Most ECG machines have a built-in printer that allows you to print a copy of the tracing. You can then attach this printout to the patient's medical record. Alternatively, some ECG machines allow you to save the tracing electronically, which can be stored in the patient's electronic medical record. Once you've printed or saved the ECG results, it's time to remove the electrodes from the patient's body. Gently peel back the electrodes, being careful not to pull on the patient's skin. Once all the electrodes are removed, dispose of them properly in a biohazard container. Take a moment to check the patient's skin for any signs of irritation or redness caused by the electrodes. Finally, thank the patient for their cooperation and answer any questions they may have about the procedure or their results. And there you have it. You've successfully completed an ECG recording like a pro. Remember, mastering any new skill in healthcare takes practice, so don't be afraid to review these steps, ask questions, and keep honing your abilities. Your dedication to providing excellent patient care shines through in every detail. If you found this step-by-step guide helpful, give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on future medical how-tos and healthcare tips. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep those hearts healthy.